Proton Man Coaching. You try so hard to be a loving and kind and nice husband. Why won't your wife love you back? For the LDS Christian-centered man, you were raised to emulate Christ, to do unto others as they would do unto you, to turn the other cheek. But your marriage is falling apart. It seems like the harder you try, the nicer you are, the more self-sacrificing, the less she loves you. You pray and you pray, but you can tell the marriage is falling apart. She even maybe tells you, I like you, but I don't love you. The thought of divorce just leaves you weak-kneed. It's like a dark chasm opening up in front of you that you're going to fall into. You do everything you can possibly think of to be more loving and more Christ-like and more gentle and nicer, sacrificing for her in every way possible. Sometimes when you're all alone, you get really angry. You might lose control and just yell and scream by yourself because it's just not fair. When you're trying so hard to love her and you're doing all these things for her, why won't she love you back? Well, the problem is probably you. I've been there, and the problem was me. There's some resources at the end of this video. I suggest you check them out and read them. If not, find yourself a personal therapist or a life coach. You probably have some deep issues. I did. And it turned you into Mr. Nice Guy, the Mr. Nice Guy syndrome. Okay, here are some tips. Stop being the nice guy. Women never love or respect the nice guy. Nice guys are weak, spineless doormats. Number 2, women are attracted to strength. What does that mean? Strength simply means you have a spine. You stand up for yourself and you refuse to be walked on. Strong men are not afraid of conflict. They don't take crap. They stand up straight. They have boundaries. You've got to be able to stand toe to toe with her as an equal and not flinch. Truly strong men are not jerks or bullies, but they're confident in who they are and what they want, and they don't apologize for it. Strong men can also be vulnerable. You need to be vulnerable. You need to apologize and admit your weakness when you make mistakes. Okay, and here's the biggest one, the nice guy syndrome. You can never guilt her into loving you back. It's not a contract. It doesn't matter how nice or how loving or how many things you do for her, how compassionate, how self-sacrificing, it won't make her love you more. It's not a transaction. There's no contract. You cannot buy her love. And then a few other little tips. You got to have a cool group of guys you hang out with. You got to have some friends. You got to have some hobbies. Otherwise, you look like a weak, friendless loser. And you got to have some kind of a style as well as be physically fit. Pick the style, whether it's the rugged woodsman type hunter person, or whether it's the rakish, edgy rock star person, or it's the refined CEO finance guy. Pick a style, do it nicely, do it well to be attractive. Lastly, this one's kind of weird. You've got to be committed to the marriage. You've got to be committed to her, but you've got to be fine if a divorce is coming. You can't care more than she does. Okay, kind of a wrap up here. Conflict delayed is conflict multiplied. Don't ignore the dragon or it just gets bigger. You've got to have those rough conversations. Stop going overboard trying to buy her love by being nice. It doesn't matter how nice you are. You can't buy her love. Stand up for yourself. Be confident. Don't allow her to criticize or demean you. You've got to have boundaries. Be yourself. Find some hobbies. Find some friends to hang out with. Learn some man skills. Start weightlifting to build your confidence. If you have spent years as a self-sacrificing doormat and trying to avoid confrontation, this is going to take some work. Pray every day that you'll have the strength to stand up for yourself. God will help you. And don't forget, here are some great resources. Credit where credit is due. Robert Glover for his book, No More Mr. Nice Guy. Got to read that one. Mark Manson for his book, Models. Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life. Jennifer Finlayson-Fife. She has some great online courses on how to be a more confident and stronger and attractive man. And Tanner Guzy for some style tips. Good luck. Thank you for listening to Proton Man Coaching.